The Epstein files are a hoax. They were created by Obama. I'm not going to say who it was, but it was Mossad. And I'm going to prove it formally tonight. Some of the Epstein files are real, just not the ones that I'm in.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs. No, it's too late.
Oh my God.
I'm in Portland. They're everywhere. So thank you all for coming back. You thought that was really funny, so just letting you know I'm killing in the front row. We're also shooting a mini special in pieces. That would be a good show name for this. Parts. Yeah. I majored in applied mathematics. That's why I'm doing comedy at an auto shop right now. Somebody asked me, Sammy, what was the hardest kind of math that you studied in college? And the answer is something called complex analysis. Its name says it all. And if you're not familiar with complex numbers, it's complicated. The truth is, we all learn complex numbers in high school. You just might not remember them, again, because of the trauma. But you remember roughly in elementary school around the time when you learned how to take square roots? At some point, you came into math class, and your elementary school teacher was like, okay kids, today we're gonna learn how to take square roots. All you do is you put this number under a little house, and out comes another number that's unhoused. And you're like, that's kind of up. I know, Portland is a little weird about unhoused jokes, I get it. I'm from San Francisco, relax. I have a friend who doesn't even like being called unhoused. He's like, I'm anti-establishment. So you put the number under the little square root, and out comes another number. And it's just like super fun. It's like the square root of 4 is 2, yay! The square root of 9 is 3, woo! The square root of other bigger numbers are other bigger numbers, you know? And you're like, this is fun, I can do this my whole life, you know? That's what I thought, at least. And then the teacher's like, well, have fun with it. Just whatever you do, don't take the square root of a negative number. And you're like, I wasn't going to. Why did you say that? Well, just don't do it. You can't do it. You can't take the square root of a negative number, so don't do it. I'm like, I didn't want to until now. I really want to do it. Why can't you take the square root of a negative number? Because you can't. Because you put a negative number under there and nothing comes out. Because you can't do it, so don't even try. I'm like, wow, who gave you this teaching job? But you just accept it. You just have to accept that you just can't take the square root of a negative number. But you know, it's a weird moment, but you bury the trauma. You don't really ask questions, right? That's what school teaches you, not to ask questions. So you're just like, oh, just like, all right, you can't take the square root of a negative number. You put the trauma under your square root. You just shove it down. And then you go on with your life, you keep bearing more and more trauma, and now you're in high school a couple years later, and you have acne now. Your hormones are raging. You really have a great life, relatively, but you're not aware of it, so you hate yourself and everyone around you. Portland, you can relate to that. So now you're in high school, and your high school math teacher walks in one day and says, all right, kids, today we're going to take the square root of -1. And you're like, the f*** you are. You're like, is my teacher on drugs? You can't do that. Everybody knows you can't take the square root of a negative number. Your teacher's like, why would you think that? Because my elementary school teacher said so. And I believe everything my elementary school teacher says. And your high school teacher laughs. You were lied to. You've been lied to this whole time. Because you can take the square root of a negative number. And we're going to do it today. Like, don't do it. The world's going to explode. Nope, I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to take the square root of -1. You're like, oh my God, this is so scary. What is it? What is the square root of -1? Is it 1? She's like, no. Like, is it 100? No. What is it? She's like, it is I. Like, all right, the teacher's for sure on drugs, dude. This teacher's on ketamine. I need to call the principal right now. Who is it? It is I. It is you? No, it is I. Like I, like a capital I, no, lowercase I. What the f is going on? And there's a definitive day. I don't know if you remember it or not, because maybe you blocked the trauma, but it's the day that you learned that you can, despite what you were told previously in life, take the square root of negative numbers. And when you take the square root of -1, you don't even get a number. You just get a letter. Which makes no sense. And it's just a lowercase I, which we don't even do in language. And that's the day your whole life changes. That's the day you realize your whole life was a lie. You were built on lies, on assumptions that you could never take the square root of a negative number. But apparently you can, and it's I. And my life changed. I was just looking at myself in the mirror like, who am I? Who am I? And it's like, what is this mysterious I, and why am I feeling this type of way? What does I even stand for? Israel. I'm kidding, obviously, but some would say it's imaginary too. It's a long way to get to that punchline, but I took you on that journey. But really, the day I learned about imaginary numbers was just like the day I learned about Israel. Nothing was going to be the same after. But it is weird. Suddenly, you can take imaginary numbers by finding the square root of a negative number. And apparently, these are also numbers you can work with, imaginary numbers. They're basically multiples of I. So you have I, or 2I, or 3I, or 4I's. That was my nickname. I was like, this is so f***ed up. This whole time, you told me you can't take the square root of a negative number, and you also told me that my imaginary friends weren't real. But turns out they were just the square root of my negative friends. And as if that's not enough trauma, apparently you can combine imaginary numbers and real numbers. You add them together and you get something called complex numbers. So 2 plus 3I is a complex number. 4 plus 5I, these are complex numbers. The whole time you're just like, why the f*** are we doing this? And then you don't find out till way later. If you study like 20 math courses in college, you don't find out till way later. The reason we do that is because you can solve crazy problems that you weren't able to solve by just using real numbers. So for instance, polynomials, okay? You guys are poly, right? Make some noise. Yeah, there are nomials that are poly. They have a lot of love to give. A polynomial, for most of you, is one of those expressions that has exponents of x in it. So like 3x squared plus 2x plus 3 equals 0. And then you solve for x. That's basically a polynomial equation. And sometimes you can't always solve for x. But once you introduce complex numbers, apparently you can solve them every time. And yeah, you should know this, especially if you're poly. And yeah, so, and I personally like exponents because they speak truth to power. But what I'm saying is you can do a lot. You can do a lot with complex numbers. And I know you guys haven't been traumatized enough to appreciate it, but I appreciate it. Lowercase I appreciate it. And one day, all you 500 plus I will appreciate it. And so I studied complex numbers for 5 years, and that's why I'm doing stand-up comedy now, because where the f*** do you go from there? I read this recently. Did you know the biggest indicator of how much money you make in your career is how many math classes you took in college? Yeah, some of you guys are a lot of humanities majors in here. I can feel the vibe. The more math classes you took in college, the more money you make in your career based on statistics, which is another course. I took 23 math classes in college. Yeah, 5 of which were statistics courses in which I learned about something called outliers. Yeah. And if you don't get that joke, don't worry, it just means you're normal.
She knows math.
Yeah, I know. Some people are having a lot of fun right now. Some people are like, I pray to God. Like some of you guys believe in God now. You're like, I pray to God, this is over soon. Almost. We're almost done with the educational part of the show. Another stat. There was a stat that came out last week that said that 1 out of 10 Americans is now a millionaire. Yeah, that's crazy. Literally 10% of America is millionaires now. They say it's because of the way that people are able to invest nowadays, because of the way that a lot of people are entrepreneurs. I would argue inflation probably plays a role too. What is as many millionaires in the 80s? But yeah, so, you know, we've been talking about the 1% this whole time, but look out for the 10%. They're here. And I will be part of the 10% when my parents die. And just letting you know, I won't be able to be trusted then, okay? But I've always been slowly increasing my net worth. I've been doing it with this little life hack that a lot of people don't know because they didn't take accounting classes. But when I had the privilege of taking an accounting class in college. Anybody here take an accounting class? Okay. Oh, equal number of people on both sides. You got the debits on the left, credits on the right. That's an accounting joke, don't worry. But in accounting, you learn about this thing called the accounting equation, very creative name. And the accounting equation states that assets equals liabilities plus equity. So the assets, the total assets of a person or a company is equal to the sum of all the liabilities they have, the debt that they have, plus the equity they have, the stock. So that's a little life hack if you want to increase your net worth. Just rack up a ton of debt and sell stock in yourself. So that's what I've been doing the last 10 years. I borrow $200 from my dad every week, and I reinvest it into my LLC, Sammy Corp. It's an S Corp. And, oh, you guys got that joke. That's cool. And my net worth has been going steadily up. Just borrowing the out of my parents. You know, I try to keep up with the news. It's very difficult because the news cycle moves so fast. Like this year, we're at like the highest frequency, but like not in a good way. Things that weren't even supposed to be main events were main events. Like the Super Bowl halftime. That was something like we were talking about for a long time, both because of the performance and also because of the protester. Like that was an event within an event. It was like layered, it was wild. And like, it's crazy that this year we saw a famous person in the public eye point directly at another famous person and be like, he likes them young. And it was crazy when Elon did that to Trump. It was crazy. It was so crazy. He straight draked him. And I'm no Elon fan, but you gotta admit, I mean, he's the only one who's actually trying to do the private detective work at this point. He's like our Special K detective, Special K unit. Snorting ketamine like, oh, we're gonna find the Epstein files! And we're at the point now where you've seen enough pictures of Trump with Epstein to know he's in that. Like, there's enough pictures that aren't AI to be like, yeah, he's in that shit. And you know, we've seen Trump lie before, but like the way he's lying right now is like desperate. It's like super desperate. Like his stories aren't even lining up in a way even worse than imaginable. Like 3 weeks ago, when everybody was like, you're in the Epstein files, aren't you? He's like, the Epstein files are a hoax. They were created by Obama. It's like, yeah, that was Obama's whole purpose. Came straight from Kenya to make the Epstein files. It's like, why would Obama even want to push the Epstein files? Like, all his friends were on there, you know what I mean? Well, at least one of them, hashtag Bill Clinton. It's a very small circle in Washington, or small oval, I should say. But yeah, so that was Trump's whole thing. He's like, it's a hoax, the Democrats made it up, it's a hoax. And then everybody's like, no. And then so a week later, he's like, all right, fine. Some of the Epstein files are real, just not the ones that I'm in. That was his official statement. He literally walked back and said, okay, fine. Some parts of the Epstein files are real and some parts are imaginary. Combine them together, that's the Epstein files. Like, no, that's complex numbers. Bro is literally trying to use complex analysis to f up our minds. He's like 3 + 4I for me, that's me, the I. And it's also Israel in this case too. Because he's also covering for Israel. And that's why I just like complex numbers. When you look into this other dimension of what's actually in the Epstein files, it actually explains a lot of shit. Because we know for a fact that Epstein was gathering intel. Like, he had cameras in all of his homes. Like, that's not something just a regular perv does. You know what I mean? Like, and he was a creep, for sure. I'm not saying he was a creep, but he also worked for intelligence. And I'm not going to say who it was, but it was Mossad. It was Israeli intelligence, Mossad. But I can't say it too much. I don't want to get into legal trouble. So let's just say he was a creepy guy who enjoyed massages. He was not good to women. He was a misogynist. Don't hate me for delivering the message, okay? Just saying. We know this guy worked for Intel. The question is who? And all signs point to Mossad. But when you make these allegations, people tell you you're a conspiracy theorist. You know, but it makes too much sense. And the problem with conspiracy theorists, and I love conspiracy theorists, like, bless their heart, okay? Someone has to do the Lord's work. But conspiracy theorists are not great at presenting information in a way that logical, rational minds can process. And that's why too often conspiracy theories get kind of lost in the dust. So I'm going to help clarify this tonight at this automotive shop here in Portland, Oregon. And that is that I'm going to prove that Jeffrey Epstein was working for Mossad. He was working for Israel. I'm not claiming that he was Israeli, because he was not Israeli. He grew up in Brooklyn, and he was a creep. I'm not saying he was not a creep. He was always creepy. He was always known to be very touchy-feely. But also he went to an Italian high school, so maybe, I mean, it's not an excuse. I'm just saying, I can say that I'm part Italian. Mamma mia. He was a very touchy-feely guy. And Epstein, he never graduated high school, and he went to college early, and he studied advanced math. We don't claim him. We're not proud of this at all. But he studied advanced math, which makes us even creepier for some reason. Because he's like, oh, I didn't know their age. Like, you can subtract, motherfucker. Like, we know, you know math. But he studied physiological math. That's like the creepiest math out there. Physiological math is the math of the human body. Ugh. Yeah, if you see somebody wanting to study physiological math, like, flag that person. That person is a threat. And then he never even graduated. He went on after that to become a physics teacher, which is another red flag. Because when I heard that, I thought about it. I remember in my high school, there was 2 physics teachers who were both sex offenders. That's enough for me to make a conspiracy theory now. I have 3 data points. That's enough. That's enough for a correlation, for sure. Yeah. Physics teachers, they get physical, okay? I'm not saying all physics teachers are creeps. I'm not saying that they all force themselves on people. I'm just saying they mass times acceleration themselves onto people. This theory's good. It'll gain momentum pretty soon. It's important. Once you understand the weight, once you understand the gravity of this theory, you'll take it seriously. So we know Epstein was a creep, and we know he was American. That's where the creeps are made, okay? So I'm not claiming he was Israeli, but I am going to claim he was an Israeli asset, meaning he was working for Israel. He was collecting intel for Israel. And I'm going to prove it formally tonight. So, thank you, one person. Because this has not been done by any conspiracy theorist or any stoner out there, okay? I literally had to really put this together in a logical, grounded argument. Here's why we know that Epstein was an Israeli asset. Okay, so Epstein, he got rich all of a sudden after his teaching job, believe it or not. He left being a physics teacher because it doesn't pay, apparently. And he became a consultant, which is not a real job. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry if that offends any consultants in here, but if you have a problem with it, let's talk after the show. You can bill me after. It's a great business model you have. And he became a consultant, and this is when he started to be introduced to very high-profile people. He met people in the Pentagon, and he started working overseas. One person he notably worked with was Adnan Khashoggi. Jamal Khashoggi is the other guy who got killed, who was Adnan's actually nephew. I talked about this in my last special. Look it up, it's funny. It's not funny, it's actually scary. So, Epstein worked with this guy named Adnan Khashoggi, who was a figure in Saudi Arabia, and they worked together to finance a military operation, which was called the Iran-Contra affair. This was a really big deal in the 80s. The Iran-Contra affair was where Israel was funneling weapons into Iran to stir up a regime change, which is not relevant to now at all. History does not repeat itself. Nothing to see here. But even back in the 80s, they were trying, still at it. And Epstein was the one who helped finance that affair. And so he had to work directly with Israeli intelligence. So clearly he was introduced to Mossad. He worked with Mossad. He financed an Israeli intelligence operation. And suddenly he got very rich after that. His net worth went up, okay? And after that, he got even richer when he met a man named Leslie Wexner, who was the CEO of Victoria's Secret, which a perv would want to work with. And Leslie Wexner was a known Zionist. He had a lot of stock with Israel and Israel's economy. And when Epstein started to work with him, he suddenly got a lot richer. Then Epstein was introduced to Ghislaine Maxwell, which I don't know if you've heard of this lovely woman. She was Epstein's accomplice in the whole sex trafficking scandal. It's been proven, it's been documented, and they say Epstein's dead, obviously, and they say Ghislaine's in jail. I don't even think Ghislaine's in jail, to be honest. I actually bumped into her at the store last week. Yeah. She was like, "Pardon me." I was like, "No, thank you." And so right around the time that Epstein is gaining momentum and gaining money from these investments, he meets Ghislaine Maxwell, who is the daughter of Robert Maxwell, who was a known Mossad asset and had also a lot of stock in Israel. In fact, he was buried in Israel. That's how much he loved it. And so Robert Maxwell, he died of natural causes. He mysteriously fell off his yacht one day. And suddenly Epstein got very rich shortly after. So again, nothing to see here. But yes, those were basically the three moments where Epstein suddenly got a lot of money, and then he used that money to basically fund buy a lot of cameras. Cameras are very expensive. So we know that the money he used for this operation, this intel operation, was leveraged by Israel. At the same time, he became acquainted with a lot of very powerful people, and very powerful people who were associated with Israel in some way. For instance, the former Prime Minister of Israel, Ehud Barak. Not Ehud Barack Obama, that's a different Kenyan. But Ehud Barak, who is the former Prime Minister of Israel, who became buds with Epstein and was actually seen many times on camera approaching Epstein's apartment and walking in, and he would always wear a mask, like one of the surgical masks. And this was pre-COVID, so just shows this was trying to hide. Isn't that crazy? This guy got caught on camera going into Epstein's house only to be recorded on more cameras. This guy had no idea what was going on. So Epstein worked with him, former Prime Minister of Israel. Also, Bill Clinton. A lot of pictures of Clinton with Epstein. It's not a good look. And Clinton, obviously, very tied to Israel. He was brokering all those deals in the 90s. Alan Dershowitz, who's Israel's lawyer, who was also Epstein's lawyer, and then a bunch of other prominent people who, let's face it, like most of them are Zionists anyways. And he was associated with all these people who were directly tied to Israel. However, all of these people who he was associated with, as soon as they started hanging out with Epstein and doing all these God knows what behind closed doors, Israel started to distance themselves from these people. So you can look it up. Like Israel started to distance itself from Ehud Barak, from Bill Clinton, and from anybody that Epstein was associated with. I wonder what they knew. Because these people posed a reputational risk for Israel, which says a lot. If you're threatening Israel's reputation, you've really f***ed up. These were all Epstein's friends. They were all reputational risks for Israel. And so that's why I can make this formal proof, because Epstein got all of his money from having stock in Israel. And he knew all these people who were liabilities to Israel. And liabilities plus equity equals assets. Epstein was an Israeli asset. There's a lot of information I'm accounting for.
Until next time, be safe and keep finding joy wherever you can. Thank you. We have a question from a fan. How much for pictures of your feet?
Dude, my feet aren't really great, but I'll do it for like $50.
Do you know how much feet pictures go for if like a person's really into you? We're talking thousands, man. Yeah.
Really?
Dude, whatever you've made at your highest paid stand-up set, it's double that.
All right, I'll do that.
Yeah, go on OnlyFeet.
Only feet.
Welcome to So Happy Hour! And now, your host, Semi Obey.
Hey, how we feeling today? Thank you so much for attending the So Happy Hour. We have a fantastic show tonight. We have a special comedian guest, Ahmed Al-Qadri. Come on, give it up for him. We have amazing musical guests from Chicago, D-Liva. Come on. What a fantastic week. As we know, the Winter Olympics are underway in Beijing, and the winner gets Ukraine. Biden is sending thousands of troops to Europe as tensions mount with Russia. Problem is, no matter how many troops we send, Russian troops have more troops inside their troops, inside their troops. Inside their troops. Even better news, the U.S. Special Forces killed the leader of ISIS last Wednesday. In other news, on Thursday, 72 dead people lost their virginity. According to a new law in Afghanistan, Taliban fighters will no longer be allowed to carry their weapons in amusement parks. They'll have to go to America for that. Speaking of good old America, Tom Brady retires after 22 NFL seasons. Biden plans on replacing him with a black woman. A message in a bottle from Scotland reached Norway after 25 years. The message just said, "F you." A new UK bill has deemed that lobsters and crabs are sentient beings and deserve protection. Haven't these people heard of shells? A US man has received a heart transplant using a pig's heart. The man is doing well, but now that hungry pig has opted to run for Congress. You guys probably heard this. Minnie Mouse is ditching her red dress and donning a new pantsuit. And now thousands of her emails are missing. And you probably heard this one too. In order to fit a more progressive world, Mars Candy has removed the green M&M's Go-Go Boots. Yeah. And now no one wants to eat her. This is the best, everybody. Snoop Dogg is releasing his own line of hot dogs, proving it really is a dog-eat-dog world.
Oh!
So thank you for watching our program tonight instead of the Olympics. You know, my favorite part about watching the Olympics is their mascot. So I've been doing a lot of thinking, and made me think, why doesn't So Happy Hour have its own winter mascot, right? So yeah, my staff insisted that it was because that's the stupidest idea I've ever come up with. But after some personal attacks on our staff, they were on board. And now I've been traveling a lot, so I haven't really been part of the process, but my team has been working day and night to design the perfect mascot. So I gave them an unlimited budget because that's how important it is to me. So right now I'm going to introduce the 3 finalists for the So Happy Hour winter mascot. This is awesome. I'm so excited. This is a dream come true. Okay, so the first one we have is Winter Blues.
Hey, Sammy, I'm Winter Blues. Let's get this party started.
Dude, you're not a mascot. You're just a sad guy with some claws. So you didn't even paint all of your face, man.
I started to paint my face and then I just thought, what's the point?
Man, you are the most unmotivating mascot. Why are you holding a toaster, bro?
Before I came on, I was just running a bath and
Oh my God. Okay, listen. I don't really know if you're the mascot we're looking for this show. So
yeah, well, you know, I get told that a lot. So, but
Yeah.
What is it about me? I pump up the crowd to max volume.
Yeah. I just pictured a little more production, I guess. So.
Well, sometimes Sammy, simplicity speaks the loudest.
Yeah, well, maybe you're right. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Everyone, all right, let's do our next one. Okay, well, the next mascot we have is Icy. That sounds promising. Icy, where you at?
I'm right here. Yeah,
What the hell is this?
it's me, Icy. I love ice. Brr, it's cold.
Okay, stop it. I can see you putting the googly eyes on. That. These are not the mascots that we talked about, guys.
What? Yes, we are. Brr.
Okay, I get it. Play a joke with the boss after he called you talentless act with no comedic vision. But we're even, okay? Bring on the real mascots. Come on.
You got us, Abby. One real mascot coming up.
Okay, who's next? Come on, who's next?
She's eating the mouse.
I'm Crunchy the sock. Woo-hoo-hoo.
You're what the sock?
Crunchy the sock.
Jesus. Okay, listen.
I'm a perfect mascot for happy hour. I'm cute and silly and full of spunk.
You know I took out a high interest loan to pay for this.
Sammy, who's really spending on hooch and lottery tickets.
Great. So now what do I do?
Yeah, that guy who looks like a rejected cult member. He was a bummer. And Icy's melting in hell, so...
Okay, fine. You can be the temporary mascot this year. You happy?
Delicious. That's my catchphrase.
Wait, what is your catchphrase?
Delicious.
Spunk.
I nailed it that time.
Okay. All right. That's enough. Listen, my dreams have been crushed right here in front of my eyes, but give it up for these fantastic mascots that the So Happy Hour team put together. Boy, I was wrong about the whole talentless thing. I'm so sorry, guys. Fantastic work. Let's just bring on our guest. We have an amazing guest tonight. This guy's content is awesome. You can catch him on TikTok, Instagram, all that stuff. We've had the pleasure of doing a lot of shows together. Everybody welcome my boy, Ahmed Al-Qadri.
Hey,
Hey, how's it going, man?
dude, pretty good. How are you?
I'm great, man. I'm great.
Thanks for having me today. It's a good Sunday. I went grocery shopping today. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, what'd you get yourself?
So I'm working on like losing a little bit of weight. Like I'm doing well, but I got a little bit of chub. So I'm going on this high protein, low carb. You know when you have like a new diet set and you're like going grocery shopping? I'm a little high too. So you're just like, ooh, I'm gonna be looking good in 3 weeks. Like I'm gonna have all these abs. So follow me on Instagram. Who knows? I might be confident enough to post a shirtless photo. Who knows?
Yeah, so let me guess. You're not doing this for your health. You're doing it for more followers, right?
Oh, 100%. Dude, I don't, what? What? No, dude. This Yemen flag, it's not because I care about my people and I love my country. No, I need the followers. I need the Yemeni audience. I'm not even Yemeni. No, just kidding. I am Yemeni.
Do you have a lot of followers in Yemen or Yemeni followers, Yemeni American followers?
A good amount, yeah. I have a lot of Yemeni Americans because they're like, oh, there's like, one of us. Yeah. And then a lot of Indian followers because I look Indian.
Yeah, because they can't tell the difference, right?
There's so many times like I look very Indian. I even have a bit about it. I go, I know I look like the 7-Eleven type brown, but I'm actually the 911. That's like I know I look like the but I'm actually a little bit like that.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, so I have that. But there's like all the time I get messages like they go, you look so Indian. Like they they're like, you look so Indian, but they're like, India loves you. So, I'm with my Indian followers,
That's great, man. That's awesome. You got a loyal fan base,
Yeah, I have that. And then I think you mentioned, I do a lot of TikTok stuff too. So and then my TikTok audience is a lot of like just a mixture of just all around the world. So, I have a big Malaysian audience in TikTok.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're gonna tour Malaysia when you can?
Probably. What if I'm like the Elvis Presley of of Malaysia? I go, there's a statue of me. I'm like, oh my god, yeah.
Dude, seriously, there's somebody right now with that Yemeni flag and a picture of you right there in Malaysia. Do you know of any other Yemeni comedians in America?
Yes, actually, there's literally just a few. There is so the one there's Ali Sultan, who's
Right.
like the biggest. Have you met him?
Yeah, I know Ali. Yeah, we
Yeah,
had him on
I've
the
never
show.
met him in person, but we FaceTime and we talked. And we're
Yeah.
good friends. There's Mike Eshak.
Okay, yeah,
Mhm.
Mikey
And
Shan.
then me. I don't know anybody else that's like in the scene that's like big that's a Yemeni comic that's like bigger in the scene, because if there was, we would know. We would have known by now.
So there's two others as far as you know.
Yeah. So
What is your plans to like take them out?
so I'm a lot better looking than them. So I'm going with
That's why you're on the diet.
I am on the diet. Like, I care about my physical appearance, and the beauty of Hollywood and society is I don't need to be as talented anymore. I just have to be good looking.
You walk past the potato chips at the store and you're like, Ollie Sultan, and then you
Ali Sultan, because
Yeah.
you know salt.
Sultan. Yeah,
Huh?
Ollie Sultan. I got it. I got you.
Thank
My-
you, Bianca. They're my best features. I know my look. No, take them out. I like how I'm taking it seriously. I need to. I think I like it. Like the fact that it's like you have one, like, because Ali Sultan, he's like immigrant, you know.
Right.
He came to this country when he was like 15. I was born
Yeah.
here.
Goddamn
He's Arab.
Arab.
I'm Arab. You know?
Right. What about Ishak?
Mike Eshak grew up in Michigan, and he's a vet too. He's older than all of us, but
Ooh,
he
you
has
gotta have a good plan for that one.
huh?
You gotta have a good plan for that one.
Right. So so we all have like very different perspectives. And I don't know. I'm just like, it would be cool to have like a Yemeni show and just like an Axis of Evil, but just does anyone know Axis of Evil? I forgot. I haven't talking to an audience.
Does
too.
anybody, I don't know. Does anybody remember that?
Have you guys heard of Axis of Evil? Okay, so
Not the actual Axis of Evil, but the
no,
comedy.
yeah, that's right. It was the Axis of Evil comedy store. Comedy. Well, they're from the comedy tour. And in 2008, and this is like one of my, like, I was always a fan of comedy, but like the first and watching stand-up comedy, but the first time I was seeing like actual Arab Muslims was Axis of Evil 2008. It was Dean Abdallah, who's a writer now, Aaron Cater, I think still tours, Ahmed, maybe I've heard of him. And then the last one, who's pretty much the biggest, is Maz Jobrani.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone knows Maz Jobrani. And yeah, so they were like, it was like Arabs and Iranians. And you know, I remember that was like it was 2008. I owned the DVD. My uncle gave it to me for my
Wow.
8th grade graduation because he knew I was a fan of comedy, and I just watched it all the time.
Dude, there's like so much beef in the Middle Eastern comedy community, but it's not beef, it's lamb, you know. But yeah, I don't know why. There's you're one of the good ones though. You're such a nice guy. But you've seen it. You know what I'm talking about.
I'm Whole Foods brand lamb.
So
Go ahead.
yeah, we noticed that you do a lot of TikToks with your roomie.
Yeah.
That's what inspires those comedic moments.
So he and I both used to be improvisers in different aspects, but
Yes,
we were-
and
yes, and dude, Sammy, you got me again. That's good. Because improv is okay. Anyways, but I just like, I love, like, because of content creating, when an idea comes to me, I always think, okay, can this be stand-up? Can this be sketch? Can this be content? Can this be whatever? So I'll think of a premise, and then I go, all right, Ryan, I have an idea. Like, one of my biggest videos on TikTok is roommates with anxiety. And I still remember, it's like, I just go, okay, Ryan, the phone is here. I go, we both have intense anxiety, and which we do. and it was based off of real life events. But I go, you parked your car behind me, and I'm too nervous to ask you to help me move the car, which is just basic asking. And we just hit record and we just improvise, and we go from there. So it's like rarely we'll have like sketches or content where we write it down, but for the most part, it's all improv.
That's awesome. So like, what was like the fastest one you ever did? Like you like literally had an idea and then you got it, and then like you got like
and it blew up.
Yeah.
Actually, our first viral video was he moved in. I started TikTok December 2020. He moves in. He was already big by then, but he was just like, dude, get TikTok. It's the new thing. This is how you're going to grow your audience. You got to do TikTok. And I was like, all right. And then I go, well, I have this idea. I go, I'm going to pray fast. Like I need, the premise is when you're in a rush, but prayer first. So the joke is I'm going to run fast and try to pray, but you go, hey, you forgot to pray Northeast. Like,
right.
If you guys watch my video, I like how like I'm explaining TikToks and
yeah.
They're like,
but you did a prayer based sketch, and
right. The joke is my white room, like I as a Muslim trained my Christian roommate how to like remind me of prayer,
right?
So that was the joke. So it was really good. That was like my first video, and that went like 6 million views. Wow. It started going all over Reddit. Yeah.
So when people
go ahead,
started going viral, you just say prayer. Did I freeze?
Yeah, you froze.
When people ask you what's the secret to going viral, do you just say prayer?
No, yeah, or making fun of religion according to the comments.
You got some enemies from that? Do you have enemies on TikTok?
I don't have enemies. It's just like every viral video I have, there's always someone that's like, it's just the internet. It's the internet. You're always gonna get hate. Like one time, like I have another super viral video. Now, anyways, I have a video. It's called Children of Immigrants PTSD. And then my white roommate would be like, hey, is this your sandal? I'm like, ah. And he's like, hey, check out this new belt. I'm like, oh my God. Like that's the premise. And it was just me getting scared of household items.
Yeah.
And that one I got a good amount of hate for, because like lots of funny, like lots of positive comments, but lots of like every once in a while I'll get the like comment of like, this is not right. This isn't good. You're highlighting trauma and blah, 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 blah. But I usually ignore that.
I'm going to go over to Mike Eshak's page.
Yeah, I'm taking my following to Mike Eshak and Ali Sultan. But I mean, I still really enjoy it. Like I have a new video that I'm probably going to post tomorrow, but basically it's just, and it's all improv. I just go, hey, I just got ghosted and I'm complaining to you about my dating life and you're just like over it. You're just not having it. So it's just, and it turned out well. So I answered your question with four different answers.
Those are great. It's multiple choice.
Thank you.
Don't tell us which one it is. Do you have any plans for Valentine's Day?
No.
Well, you answered that pretty fast.
Hey guys, Valentine's Day is 8 days away. So if you guys had a crush on me or love me, now's your time to speak. Not all at once. Not even you, gentlemen. Not even the guys. Come on.
Check the messages. You might have got some private messages right now.
Probably. Hopefully, if you're in LA. Anyways, no. No, I don't have. I know this weekend I'm performing at Little Rock, Arkansas, for a Muslim crowd for 30 minutes, and I'm performing material I don't have. So we'll see how that.
Is it for the Medina Institute?
No, the Huda Academy.
Bro, that's crazy. How big is the community over there? I just did the Medina Institute last month.
Yeah, well, Muslims tend to go to places where there's little to no taxes. So
right.
The South, you'll find them.
Right.
Yeah.
Talk about Islamophobia. Muslims have taxophobia, right?
Right.
You can open with that one. That's fine. You can take it.
I'm gonna try that. Jeremiah said you're cute. Oh, Jeremiah said more.
There you go. See, one of us so happy hour staffers. See, dude, you never know. This is why you always say yes to things, right?
Awesome, Jeremiah. If you're in LA, you could be my Valentine's. Unfortunately, I'm straight, but we'll still have a good time.
So we have a question from a fan. How much for pictures of your feet?
Oh, honestly, dude, my feet aren't really great, but I'll do it for like $50.
Damn, bro, lowballing yourself.
Really? Should I do $100?
Do you know how much for feet pictures go for if like a person's really into you? We're talking thousands, man. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm sitting here covering my
Whatever you
like an idiot.
Dude, whatever you've made in your like highest paid stand-up set, it's double that.
All right. My
People who
feet
love
pick are
feet, they
$1,000.
love feet, bro. They like they're, you know what I mean? So
Okay.
there's like sites for that. Just letting you know.
All right, I'll do that. Okay.
think
I might
that's
start
right.
selling my feet. Who knows?
Yeah, go on Only Feet.
Only feet. Yeah, that'd be fun.
So your backstage listing says you're a model. What type of modeling do you do?
Oh, I was the cutout boards for shooting ranges. Just kidding.
I believe that for a second.
My back. Oh yeah, you found my backstage. Damn, I haven't done that so long.
You don't think we research our guests, bro? Come on.
So I used to do when I in Dallas, I used to do runway modeling for a little bit. I didn't really enjoy it because I was too jokey and having a good time, and runway models tend to be their thumb is so far up their it's hitting their brain. They can't,
That's a
like
long
they're
thumb.
just
That's a long thumb, yeah.
It's a very long time. No, they're just boring. I didn't really enjoy that. But when I did move here, I did some modeling work. I mean, I still do. I try to do some modeling work here and there. But like they'll have me shave and I'll do like, because the dimples work. So I just do the little, just a little brochure. Just me in a van with other, young people, just like having a good time.
What's
So-
what's your big goal in the like stand up or not necessarily stand up entertainment world? Like what would you want to be?
Oh, dude, I'm a very goal-oriented person, so I will share with you guys.
Please keep it under 10. Thanks.
I will. Honestly, I will. Honestly, like for this year, my goal is to do late night with Jimmy Fallon. I just know Jimmy Fallon would like me.
He doesn't book it, but yeah.
I know that, but I'm saying like once the booker like sees and
Right.
I do a set,
Right.
like why I've been like I believe in manifestation. I wish I could show you on my vision board, but I have like
Picture of Jimmy.
no, I have a picture of the studio, the desk and the
Oh, nice.
stage and everything. Yeah.
And then
So I look at that and I try to manifest to to perform at late night. Try to hit, keep up with the content creating and try to get more ad deals. And what's another goal? Honestly, just hit more, do more stand up and do more cities, which is that's why I wanted to hang, like when we were going to hang out, I was going to talk more about like
San Fran.
well, yeah, San Fran and like other, like not really touring, but just go to like big cities. So like my plan is to do San Fran in March, New York and Toronto, have pretty big fan bases over there. I want to try Chicago and Atlanta because those are two cities I always wanted to try comedy in. So, and obviously a bunch of other goals. I break it down to mentally, physically, career, financially. Like I break it down and I write goals in every aspect.
So physically, you wanted the 6-pack.
Yeah.
Mentally, what? More followers?
No, mentally, I started therapy this year.
Oh, congrats, man.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah. So, yeah, this is not funny. Sorry, I'm being honest. The whole time in my head, I'm like, all right, I've got to be energy. I got to be entertaining. I got to be funny. Like, I got to be good. I hope is everyone enjoying this?
Our fan base is used to a lot of silence.
Okay. All right. Got it.
We primer them just right. Okay. We have a loyal fan base. They're here enjoying the show. We've loved everything you've been talking about. Thank you for enlightening us about your process.
Yeah.
And are you ready to play some other games?
Yes. Yes. Da, 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 da,
This is what the people come for. They come for the games.
Hell yeah.
All right. Let's bring out our resident game show host, Katie.
Oh, I love
Hello.
this. I love this.
Yeah, I may have been creeping. I was the one creeping your feet.
Nice. I got you. All right. Well, you
I
seem
wrote the
nice,
check
so I'll
for-
definitely give you a discount.
Right. Well, I wrote the check for 50 and it's in pen, so I can't change it to 1,000.
$50 it is, Katie.
There you go.
But I noticed there was a general theme in a lot of your TikToks, a lot of dating theme, which is great because Valentine's Day is right on the corner. And we looked up some old advice from Cosmo, and there's some conflicting pieces of advice here. So both you and Sammy are going to decide whether this advice would get a boy or a nice guy.
Okay, I like this.
And in my opinion, I don't know about the rest of the women in here, but if a guy says he's a nice guy, we all know he's a boy, right?
Boys first book in the book.
That's Julie. Yeah. So
Oh, no,
we're gonna
it's
take
a nice
turns. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring out a piece of old Cosmo advice, and Sammy and Ahmed, you guys are going to go back and forth and decide whether it's going to be a boy or a nice guy. If you want to give some reasoning behind it.
Just to clarify, advice that would be for a boy or a nice guy, or advice that a fuckboy
Would
or a
attract a boy.
would
or a
attract.
nice guy.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, because obviously this is written for women to attract the men that they would want. But I'm starting to read these, and I don't know if they're going to attract nice guys, but maybe that's just my opinion. How about we'll have Sammy start first, because he's done a couple of these before where we'll read through them and we'll take turns who goes first, back and forth. So I have one. My first scenario is from the 70s. It's from a section called Loving Gestures. So basically, it was a giant list of things you can do for your man so that he knows you're his special baby. All right. So the first one is saying nice things to his plants. Would that attract a nice guy or a boy?
That for sure is a boy thing. So
That
here's
is
the
a
thing.
yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So we all know about the Louis C.K. story. Louis C.K. jacked off in front of women and then jerked off into one of their plants. This is something that's going to get you in one of those situations. I would highly advise not giving any kind of innuendo or even affection in the direction of the plants, because it's going to attract one of those soil in your soil situations, if you know what I mean.
Thank you, Sammy. Ahmed, what do you think?
Yeah, I know a guy who loves his plants, and he just like, yo, bro, I got into the plant game. That's what he says. And look, he does take care of his plants. He's very communicative, very great guy. But you're attracting. He's like, it's more you're attracting a boy, not like a really nice guy. I don't know. He is a nice person, but you
But
know.
also, especially depends on what the plant is shaped like. If it has like any kind of phallic shape, like that's
Like a cactus?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Okay.
look at you, little big boy. Like, okay, we know where that's going.
Got it. So he has pet name for his plant. It's not a good deal.
Right.
Got it. All right. Well, there's.
Yeah, I'm getting turned on
Yeah.
just thinking about this. I'm sorry, but I had to let you guys know.
Oh dear. Well, that's gonna be strange, because the next one is from the same article, and another thing farther down the list was give him a McDonald's gift certificate along with tickets to his favorite team's last home game of the season. So give him McDonald's gift certificate along with tickets to his favorite team's last home game of the season. Ahmed, what do you think?
Honestly, I'm gonna go with boy only because most sports guys, I think they're boys. That's just me. Most sports guys, like I need to see like they have to see the game, and I don't know. Maybe because I'm not a sports guy, but I just assume I'm gonna go with boy. But I'm probably wrong though, because I'm seeing a couple disappointed faces on the.
I would say, seeing as most guys love sports, you're going to turn this guy into a nice guy doing
Okay.
this. He's going to be so warmed inside of his heart that he's not going to be thinking about sex at all. Plus, you give him McDonald's. You give him McDonald's, you take him to these games where he just drinks beer and eats all the game food year after year. He can't be a boy after 10 years of that.
Okay.
He's
All
not
right.
going anywhere.
Are we ready for another one? I have a quick pause though. I read this article and I need some clarification, and maybe I just don't understand it. But in this article, it was like deciphering men's language, and he says like if you're on a date with him and he says he's got to hit the men's room again, and this is like the third time in an hour, it says that maybe he just needs to go to the bathroom, but really what he's saying is I do cocaine. What do you guys think?
No, I think he has some he needs to check his prostate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think yeah. Or he just like I drink a lot of water.
Sure.
And sometimes like I'm like, sorry, I gotta pee because I just drink a lot of water. Or exactly IBS.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah, I think well, two things. I think cocaine is the best option, is the best case scenario. Like you're lucky to have a guy who does cocaine in that situation because otherwise he has like a weak bladder or he doesn't Kegel enough, and that's just not going to be good for the whole sex later. But also, have you seen Mrs. Doubtfire?
Oh yeah.
Where she goes back and forth to the bathroom and keeps changing.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say this guy cross-dresser on
Or
another
boy, like he's in a different, like on another date.
Another date in the same restaurant. Yeah. That's very possible. But he has to keep going to the bathroom to change his look. He can't be in the same outfit at the different table.
There's a lot going on there. Okay, well, I wanted to clarify. I thought that you two would be really good experts on
That's
that
what we're
one.
here for, you know?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Let's go back to the scenarios. So this one is snap flirting. Save your selfies for your girls. Okay, if you really want to get a guy's attention, Snapchat him a picture that's more unexpected, right? Like something like he doesn't know about. Like, for example, give him a peace sign and then draw fingers and face on your fingers, draw little faces. He'll just know that you're funny and different. That's the type of Snapchats that men want to see.
This is 100% nice guy. 100 million% nice guy. It's still, it's cute, it's silly, it's something, it's nice guy. It's corny, it's not like boys would be like, I would put those two fingers somewhere, like something like that. I don't know. But a nice guy would be like, oh, that's cute. And then he would do something funny with like, he would put like his lips here or something and then do something like silly. But yeah, it's corny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would go with boy for sure. The fingers are too suggestive. The two fingers, two fingers is the international finger banging sign, right? I mean, the only thing more suggestive would have been the shocker, you know what I mean?
Sure,
but,
sure.
The two fingers, not only that, you put a mouth in between those two fingers, now you're talking about something else. So, so much subjectivity with those two fingers. Want to hang, especially the want to hang, if that's real. I mean, like, come on, you want basically saying you want to hang with this hand tonight, and may not be. It's not the boy's first choice, but he knows that it may lead to hanging with what he wants to hang with.
All right. Well, I'm starting to sense some disagreement. So these are going to progressively get a little bit harder. No pun intended. Scenario number 4. Okay. You cut in line at the Starbucks like an asshole, and then you pay for his latte like an angel. That's the way he knows that you're assertive and you're rich. First, he'll be like, I cannot believe this woman cut in front of me in line. I'm going to be so late. But then he'll be like, wow, that was actually a kind gesture. Maybe we should date or get married. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Sammy, you look like you have an answer.
This one is out of left field.
Yeah.
I don't
that attracts a sub. Yeah, when Ting just says that attracts a sub, right?
Yeah, like that exactly. Like you can't, if it is a boy, it is a sub boy, because that right there shatters a male ego, which you find in a lot of boys. So now we've eliminated 70% of our boy demographic on this one. We're losing our boy fan base.
Every like for me, like if let's say if a woman did this to me, and okay, she bought me a latte or whatever, and she's flirting, I'm like, oh, thank you so much and stuff. I think most men would be like, thanks, and then be like, what the was that? Like that was so weird, It was just so, I don't know. I think that's a big risky move. So it could go either way. Because boys don't really care. It depends on how attractive she is to the boy,
Yeah, I mean, if that happened to me, I'd just be like, whatever you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it happened to me, I'd be like,
do you want a boy? You tell me. Just
yeah.
Right. It sounds like at the end though, you'd want to get married.
Listen, I'm 28. My mom is getting really, really impatient. So probably.
Can you still be a boy if you're married?
Dude, yeah, I've seen it happen.
Yeah. All right, are we ready for another one?
Yeah.
Okay, I need another pause, just really quick. So this is a quiz, and we got it wrong. So just clarify. I think I was right, but just help me out here. It says, when he says, I really like those shoes, what does he mean? Does he mean A, you look weird, B, can we have sex later, or C, I'm in so much trouble, I better make nice? I thought he was like, hey, I really like those shoes, let's but maybe that's just me.
No, when he says I really like those shoes, what does he really mean?
Got you. So yeah, the issue is, can we have sex later? That's not right. It's, can we have sex now? Actually, he's thinking more of a present moment. Yeah.
I'm thinking option 3. I'm in so much trouble, I'd better make nice. No, because you look weird does not. It just.
It's definitely not you. It's definitely not you look weird. It can't be you look weird. But it's, unless it's like you look weird, I like weird, want to. You know what I mean? If it's, it could be, I'm in so much trouble, I better make nice, because the only way that's we're gonna have sex if I make nice.
I remember similar what Bianca mentioned. I did think about that joke of a guy, the joke of if a guy says I really like your shoes, it means he's gay. Like I've heard that one before. Yeah, because I'll cover
like Legally Blonde. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like wasn't it Legally Blonde?
Yeah, that's how she knew that the whole. Yeah. Okay.
By the way, everybody at the show tonight, you guys have great shoes. I just wanted to let everybody know you guys have.
Wow. I'm not wearing any shoes, but that's fine.
Katie, you got to charge for that.
All of you owe me $1,000. All right, I have one more.
Let's do it.
And really, this is it. Men only need 2 things: grilled cheese and sex. Is that something a nice guy would want or a boy would want?
I'm a nice guy. I love a grilled cheese sandwich and I love coitus. So I'm going with nice guy.
Now remember when I said that if somebody self-proclaims they're a nice guy. Okay.
I know. But I'm a nice guy.
Sammy?
There's a lot to unpack here, actually. It's not that straightforward. It depends on what kind of cheese. Is it California cheese? Is it Wisconsin cheese? Is it cheddar? Is it mozzarella? Is it Swiss?
I don't know why, but in my head I'm like, that's boy.
Any kind of cheese with holes in it is boy for sure. Goat cheese, if we're talking like goat cheese or, you know, some very high-end kind of unheard of cheese, then, you know, it's a nice guy. If we're just talking like standard American cheese, you know, Monterey Jack, we're talking boy. Okay,
that's kind of spicy.
William Reynolds says grilled cheese is. I go, yo, I eat it. It's great.
There we go.
It's funky.
It's great.
Yeah. See, a boy wouldn't say that.
You're right. You guys, I generally agree with all of your guys' thought process on this. I'm glad we're all on the same page.
Right.
Well, on that note, all I have left to say is happy Valentine's Day. And let me know if you need any more Cosmo advice. I have plenty of it. A lot of it makes far less sense than the ones I showed you.
How old were these? These look like ancient.
They progressively got older or younger, but like the first one was from the 70s and then the second one was from the 90s and the last 2 were from, I think, the 2000s.
It had to be because the selfie one was definitely.
Yeah.
Snapchat was like what, 2012, 2011?
Yeah.
Because I remember it was like freshman, sophomore year of college seeing that. I'm very young.
No, yep. I'm in the same, yep. I'm 29. I got it.
I'm 28.
We're good.
All right.
Now it
all right.
Like men like Uber Eats and sex, you know.
Well, that's all I got. Thank you so much
Katie.
for playing.
Give it up for our resident game shows, Katie.
Thank you, Katie. This was really fun. Thanks for stalking my profile.
No problem.
If you still need Pete pics, let me know.
No problem.
He's serious.
I know. I'm serious too. Hello.
50-50.
Did you guys hear that? Hello? I didn't hear that.
That was me. I don't know what summoned that Siri or whatever it was.
She's in defeat too.
Yeah. So where can we find you? Where can we catch you? Anything to plug coming up?
Oh, you're talking to me. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Ahmed Loves Bread. It's my first name, Ahmed. Ahmed Loves Bread. Check it out. If you are you guys in LA? Who here is in LA? Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah. So February 25th, I'll be headlining at Fourth Wall Cafe. Very cool laid back show. It's just me and a couple friends. I'm just gonna be doing an hour. I'll be selling merch like t-shirts and hoodies after. And yeah, Ahmed Loves Bread. And then shoot me a message if you enjoyed it. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. Or have any video ideas or need feet pics or want to go Valentine's Day, let me know.
I think you're gonna have to change your handle to Ahmed Loves Meat after your new diet.
Oh, I like that. I'm gonna stick to it. Has to be Ahmed Loves Bread because people bring me bread now after shows.
That's so sweet.
It's so cool. Hang on, where's my keys? Someone got me like bread keychains. Oh, well, doesn't matter. But
Ahmed Loves Bread. That is a nice guy. Only a nice guy would have that handle.
Yeah, it is.
Because a fuckboy would have Ahmed Loves Head.
That's my boy persona, just like with the flame beating. No, but yeah, just follow me on on the socials. I'm gonna try to post more stuff on YouTube and try to post more content and and then try to go to a city near you. And if you're in LA, hit me up, message me so I can tell you all my shows. Keep you all updated.
Yeah. Well, thanks, man. We'll see you on Fallon later this year.
I hope so. Yes. Pray.
Alhamdulillah,
Yes.
alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Let's all pray. Let's all pray. Everyone pray. Everyone to whatever God, and then just close your eyes. Yes. And then put it out there. All right, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
What were we praying for? Because I may have prayed for something different.
That I will get Jimmy Fallon.
Oh. I think we're gonna both end up on the stage at the same time now.
Yeah, right. We do like the set at the same time too.
Yeah. A duo, an improv team.
It would be an improv. Yeah. So, any other questions, comments for me? You guys?
Jimmy Kimmel will be closer since he's in LA.
True.
Yeah, but he hasn't really done stand-up. He hasn't promoted any stand-ups yet. The only person in LA that will promote would be James Corden. But I know Jimmy Fallon would like me. I just know it in my heart.
I think he would like you too.
Yeah, we all think he would like you. And we all like you. Everybody give a hand for Ahmed.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, brother. Thanks for stopping by. Fantastic. We having a good time. We feeling good vibes. Everybody. Sorry if we offended any boys here. This is an equal opportunity crowd. We like to reach everybody. Everybody here is a nice person. I can see it in your eyes, whether you're trying to or not. We have an amazing musician for you. I met this guy in Chicago a couple of months ago. I've seen a lot of his work online. It's awesome. I want y'all to give a nice, loud welcome for our friend, D-Liva!
But yes, I go by the name of D-Liva. My first name is Vidal, and it's just an anagram of that. I really wanted to participate in that game and give my own 2 cents, but I didn't want to introduce any echo. That was very clever. Well done, Katie. Sammy, thank you so much for inviting me onto this show. It was great chopping it up with you at Andrew's show in Chicago. This seems like a lot of fun. It's cool that you organized this. The dude, what's his name? Mike Eckert. I couldn't tell if you were live or a video or if that was just a poster. You look like Cranston from what's it called, Breaking Bad, right? Mr. White. But I hope you're having a good time. How do you want me to do this, Sammy? You want me to just dive right into it? Or
whatever you're feeling.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna do 2 to 3 songs, I guess depending on time. I'm gonna go back and forth here between a couple of these instruments. Hope you guys enjoy it. This first song is called All I Know. It's one of the first songs I put out back when I started, taking music a little bit more seriously, but hope you guys like it. hold you. Oh, I won't love you, 'cause I want to hold you. Get rich or die trying, that's the motto. A man and not a need survival, El Dorado in my bottle. I ain't talking water bottles, ready to follow the leader of verse and Bible. And feel like Fido, look for another battalion, and I've been looking for another battalion, and I'll be damned if I don't catch Fido. My name ain't Vital, get it right or get it tight. The other night, one on the left, one on the right. They look like dykes and damn, I think they might. Your honor, respect the black perspective mixed with liquor. Liver, eating like sardines for dinner. Then again, when my cup leans a little, yeah, gon' lean a little. But Joe, when the poetry's flowing, the mind is running. The gut and adrenaline's telling me that I wanna. The gut and the moments of doubt lean so little. Yeah. Gonna see when I think back on the paycheck was a ring check. I pray that come the ASAP like latex. One thing I noticed was I'm feeling like Anakin in Vader talking to Star Wars. Me and the one more gotta take it back on the beat. Skeet on the sheet, beat me on the speed. ET on the street, please don't follow me. All I wanna see grit apart at 23. Fuck you wanna be me. Hey, you want it all and go. Took just enough for what you told. Half empty cup you want full. I swear that's all I know. Before you're comfortable, don't settle for less than what you owe. If you know right before crumble, I swear that's all I know. I don't know where you come from, but when you come, we gon' run. That's from the club, we gon' go. I swear that's all I know. I don't know where you come from, but when you come, we gon' run. That's from the club, we gon' go. I swear that's all I won't love you, 'cause I want to hold you. Oh, I won't love you, 'cause I want to hold you in my arms. That was it. That's the first one. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you for your attentiveness. I can't hear your feedback, but I can see it, and I appreciate that. So yeah, as you can tell, like Sammy said, I'm from Chicago, the Windy City. It's a really great city to be in. I think a lot of people don't quite know or have Chicago on their radar, especially if they're in comedy or music or whatever they think about New York or LA. But you know what? If you ever want to take a trip out to Chicago, there's a decent comedy scene here, there's a decent music scene, and it's very inviting. We're good, nice Midwestern people. The second song is called 24/7, and it's a song. You guys can all hear the keyboard, right? The piano. I have like a little phantom thing. And this is a song, I guess, inspired by a breakup, and it's one of my favorite songs and better received songs, I would say. So I enjoy playing it a lot. Hope you guys enjoy it. Trappy. I'm trapped behind these bars for a time that's indefinite. But I gotta do this 24. I could have been long gone, but the key's on a pedestal. So I gotta do this 24/7. My mission's blinded, all my drivers driving. Yeah, I see them sirens, but it sounds so silent. I thought I was riding, but I guess I'll die here stuck inside this hell. Send it's a question, why I do this 24/7? To the death of the both of us. Yeah, I gotta do this 24/7. to the death of what's holding us. Yeah, right, we gonna do this, we gonna do this 24/7. Incarcerated, but too jaded to break off the chains that I made myself. I ask for patience, I swear I'm gonna break out the gates, contain myself, no more waiting for your perfect escape. You can stay here if you want to, I gotta save myself. I thought we were riding, but I guess we'll die. So stubbornly ask, I will be staying in this station so we can do this 24/7. To the death of the both of us. Yeah, right, we gon' do this. We gon' do this 24/7. To the death of what's holding us. Yeah, right, we gon' do this. We gon' do this 24/7. To the death of what's holding us. Damn right we gon' do this. And damn right we gon' do this. And damn right we gon' do this. We gon' do this 24/7. That's it. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. That song is interesting to play acoustically because it's actually kind of like a dance ballad. So if you listen to the recorded, all my songs are actually like, you can turn up to them. It's not this like croony, who's this guy in his tank top singing these slow, sad songs. You can, they're nice to record it. If we have time, I got one more song. But if we got to keep moving forward, that's all good, man. It's whatever is you guys. Your call.
I want one more song.
Oh, okay, bet. I got you, done.
I like your stuff.
I
just followed you on it.
Thanks, man. You know what? When you were describing the when you're in a rush but have to pray TikTok, I've seen that. I'm not sure if it was you. I think somebody might have ripped it off and didn't show it.
Was it like I forgot to pray Northeast, like a guy had headphones?
No, it was a dude. He was on the way out the door, and his friend reminded him, and he did it real quick, and then he had to do it right back, and then he ran out of the door. I don't know if it was you, but I remember definitely seeing that skit.
Now I gotta pull it up. after this song.
Sounds good, man. All right, this last song is usually my closeout song. It's called "Borrow It." Yeah, straight up. Oh, maybe it's one of those dudes that you gotta take out. We'll get to the bottom of it. But I hope you guys enjoy it. I have a lot of fun playing it and recording it. Waltz in the club, 9:30. I was packed with more minorities than Costco lines, so I found me a dime, hit her with a line. Cherry and the cola, Mr. Vodkins, a Sprite. Now I usually find that right around this time, the one or maybe two thoughts cross my mind. The first shorty you find, especially from behind, you sitting on something golden and I'm dying to mind. The second's a little delicate, it's your man's pathetic, but then even you settle it. Puny said what's irrelevant, but here to settle it. Call me Mr. Rented, cause girl, I just got one question. Can I borrow it? Can I borrow it? One, two, three. Can I borrow it? Can I borrow it? Can I borrow it? Can I borrow it? Can I? I bend the rules of grammar a little. Can I undo what you've done? If only for the moment, only for the moment. Strictly this, so keep your chemistry. Cause when I hit my peak, not peak, first thing in the morning, say that it's your warning. But for now, repose as I take control. Cause when a dog gets hold of that bone, nothing can control him. Nothing but the moment. This ain't no love song, I hate that. And if in hell I'm a fry, then I'ma bait that. If when I fail, then I die. I still take that risk. I put it all on the line on this Vegas trip. I'm here to make my case to the black guys and ask them for a place at the table to jackpot and tell them that I studied the era of crack rocks and that I'll be bigger than Jake, Biggie, and Pop, and show them that I'm working on something that won't flop. It started in my kitchen and calling it black pop. It's deeper than the bass that was bumping on stove tops. Won't hit you with it and itching like you can't stop the end. Invest in the vision and buy stock. Overlook the fact that I grew up in no block. Cause after I spread this rock from Guam to Japan, I'm bringing it back right on clock. So can I borrow it? Can I borrow it? Can I borrow it? Can I borrow it? I never estimation, only for forgiveness. If it's dimly lit and live as ambivalent to if this game I spit is to a whack stick, so while it's bit part of my friendship, baby, je te regarde te way, je m'étais sans un bon plus ou moins, mettons que le trop plat putain, gay last putain, how about we mash it up? I want your face with your friends ass, with your mama's. Hey, at least I want this. What you want from me? I want my face with your friends ass, with your mama's. But that you come with, that's something I need. Please, can I borrow it? Can I borrow it? Can I borrow it? Can I borrow it? One night, I'm only keeping it for one night. On time, I promise to give it back on time. One night, I'm only keeping it for one night. On time, I promise to give it back on time. That's it. Thanks, guys.
Hey, give it up for everybody.
I appreciate it. I realize now that song is very much a boy anthem, so I think it's very much on brand. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Thanks again for inviting me out, Sammy. This is dope. And,
Thank you. Let me drop your in the comments. I'll follow you.
Yes, sir. We'll do.
All right. Thank you so much for coming out to So Happy Hour, guys. Thank you. One more hand for Ahmed and D Liva.